Muslim men can sacrifice their families to avoid hell. I've been doing a series on the Quran because, like many in our postmodern culture, I know far more about Christianity than other religions, and I want to learn more about religions that are outside of my culture. Islam has some predictable aspects and many other surprising ones. Obviously, it's part of postmodern Western culture too, but it's way less popular than it is in some parts in the Middle East and India, etc. So the Quran is similar to the Bible, and it's really short. I recommend that anyone read it who likes Christianity. It's only like 500 pages, and it's similar to the Bible, but it's all prescriptive and it has no poetry or narrative. So they are pretty similar books in their messages and that kind of stuff, but the Bible has more poetry and stories and stuff, so it's more interesting that way if you look at it as a work of literature. So in my last video on the Quran, I talked about a stereotypically misogynistic rule from the Quran that if a Muslim man wants to divorce his wife, he is only allowed to do so when she's on her period. Yeah. Another rule in the Quran is that a Muslim man can avoid Allah's day of judgment, but only if he sacrifices his wife, children, siblings, and even everyone else on earth. The Quran makes a point of specifically mentioning a man's kids, wife, brother, kindred who sheltered him, and all that is on earth. The Quran says chastisement will befall the unbelievers. Allah will send a penalty of angels to mete out justice during a day that will last 50,000 years. A day of darkness. Well, day of darkness and fire. Quote, the sky will be like molten brass, and mountains will be like wool, unquote. Muslim men may possibly redeem themselves from a Muslim man may possibly redeem himself from the chastisement of the day by giving his children up for ransom to God, along with his wife, children, and parents. Oh, wife, children, parents, quote, and all that is on earth, so it could deliver him, unquote. So yes, at least according to the Quran, obviously most Muslims don't look at it this way today, other than like the tiny amount of fundamentalist terrorists in the Middle East. Probably the overwhelming majority of them don't. But anyway, at least according to the Quran, Muslim men can theoretically avoid 50,000 years of fiery hell and suffering by sacrificing his entire family, not only his entire family, but everything on earth. Would you sacrifice everything on earth, including your entire family, to avoid 50,000 years of hell?